and it's fucking mutating, it's evolving into something worse and worse. That'll kill us all with these anti-maskers, anti-vaxxers and whatever. This Omicron variant is, well, here in England today, or yesterday, I should say, because it's early morning now. Yesterday was the biggest ever caseload that this country's ever seen in the whole of the pandemic. 92,000 in one day. New cases of this Omicron variant. And what's beyond the
Wow,
Omicron?
really?
Yeah.
How many?
It's 92,000 new cases today.
That's crazy.
Or yesterday, I should say.
Yeah.
The day before that was it. But this will just double and double and double. And then it'll be coming, because this, COVID, coronavirus, or coronaviruses,
Does
as they
anybody
will,
get really sick from this new one?
people die, yeah. That's really sick,
Oh,
isn't it?
wow. Yeah,
Dying.
that's pretty sick. Yeah, that's,
Sick.
that's pretty sick.
It's death rate, but this thing is obviously bypassing the vaccines, and that's why they're trying to get people this booster jab, which may help them, but it doesn't. It means they're going to, but you got your likes of Kevin Sorbo, even though you don't know him, who's your anti-masker, your anti-vaxxer. You've got these people who are protesting for lockdown.
What's his reason? What's his reason for being an anti-vaxxer and so on? As anti-masker?
He's a fucking idiot. That's why.
Oh, all right.
He's a Trump supporting idiot. There's no other reason for it. You get people
Trump's not anti-mask and anti-vax.
He wanted people to. Do you know when he said, "Oh, there's a detergent, a bleach type substance that gets rid of it straight away, doesn't it?" What about? Remember this? You can remember this when he said, "What about we find a way of putting that in the body, or
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, he was just thinking out loud.
He wasn't thinking out loud. He was in a meeting talking to his chief of fucking medicine. Do you know that year, in 2020, or that month, disinfectant digestion went up 400% in the US. Nowhere else in the world, just the US.
Disinfectant what?
Idiots listened to him. Went up. People were drinking bleach.
Oh, that's not good.
Do you know what I say, Sidney?
What?
You know that label it's on every bleach bottle in the world. Do not drink this product.
Yeah.
They should just rip that off for 2 years. Just 2 years.
And let people just drink let as many people drink as you want.
This world will be a better place.
As want to drink.
Label is ripped off for just 2 years. Because the idiots will be gone. Even in Brexit here. Brexit, but you've heard of Brexit, haven't you?
Sure.
What's done to the UK.
Sure.
Fuck does it. Now, I voted to stay because Europe is far beneficial to us than our tiny little in Ireland in the middle of the one corner of the Atlantic, I should say.
Yeah.
But, the government said, "Oh, we don't know what to do. Let's ask the people. Let's see there." No, do not ask the fucking people. Because most of us are fucking idiots. And we'll say do the wrong thing. And that's humanity. I get that. But you got idiots that are saying, these vaccines, you got a gallon of fucking petrol in them. You got a fucking bucket full of mercury in them. Don't take them because you'll probably die or get autistic. They are the biggest threat to humanity ever. And as we've seen now, COVID, it mutates hundreds of thousands of times a day.
Okay.
Now, the scientists pick out variants that could be damaging. And they're normally 100% true on this because they picked out this Omicron. But they picked out Delta version or variant, and now they picked out this Omicron variant. Where does it go from Omicron? This thing, if it's not stopped, will get so much aggressive and so more infectious that this human race has got probably 20 years to survive. And this COVID will kill it. And then it'll go after the animals as well. Can you see a bacteria driving a car?
Can I see a
Or living
bacteria driving a car?
Because that's all that's going to be left on the planet. Plant life and disease. Because it's going to kill off every animal.
Yeah, but if disease kills everything, then disease dies itself, doesn't it?
Why?
Because if disease has got nothing to feed off of, then it too dies.
Not necessarily, because if you think about it, we started off as cells and whatnot.
Well,
and we've worked our way up to what we are now over millions of years.
Right,
billions.
but diseases have been around for surviving off of us for all that time. If we're gone, if we disappear, then the diseases have got nothing to feed off of.
Well, why won't they evolve to feed off something else to survive?
Like
we
what?
have.
Like what?
I don't know, plant life. Each other.
Yeah, but eventually the last bacteria will eat the second last bacteria, right?
This is it.
And then what?
Mars, isn't
it? Then it's game over, right?
Yeah, this planet is another Mars.
Yeah.
But don't forget, you've got to think about that. This, Spanish flu is coronavirus, right?
Spanish flu. Okay.
Back in 1918, I thought. Just after World War I.
Okay.
And they call it Spanish flu, but it started in America, South America, Southern America, or Southern Northern America, Kentucky, I believe it started in. This coronavirus came from a pig, and it affected the first human. But I understand that, World War I, so the whole world was in devastation anyway.
Yes.
Why it spread so much, and no one thought about lockdowns and things like that. They thought about, people thinking about fallout after the war. I'm not nuclear fallout, but war fallout, and rebuild and restructure and whatever.
What year was the flu? 1918.
1918.
Okay,
yeah.
Wow, that's a year at the end of the First World War.
And that killed that's just after the end of the First World War, yeah.
Okay, so like
in the
winter of 1918.
The First World War, it was said it stopped in 1918, but obviously in them days there was no communication. So a lot of people were still fighting long beyond what they said. But it doesn't matter that. But yeah, that coronavirus started with a sort of swine flu, and that killed some say 75 million.
Yeah.
To a third of the planet.
Wow.
Bear in mind, back then, the third of the planet. Well, I remember in the 70s, there was only the planet was estimated to have 3 billion people on it. I know it's like doubled that now.
Okay.
But humanity will keep doubling. China tried, making their families only have 2 children, but the whole world got on their backs and said, that's okay. That's not human. Human rights are just violated. How many children? So people will keep breeding and breeding and breeding and breeding and breeding. And from the 40 years, it's got from the 3 billion to the 7.5 billion that's on the planet now.
Uh-huh.
In 20 years, or in 40 years again, that will double again.
Okay.
So there'll be 14 billion. There'll be no resources anyway. The planet will, we will have to look to other planets to survive, to move out.
So you think Elon Musk is going to his vision of terraforming Mars, do you think that's going to be realized?
Well, I don't know. There's a lot of lichen, which is a form of bacteria. But well, anyway, that can live without oxygen. But Mars has oxygen. It has a very little bit right at the bottom, right at the
Oh,
ground level.
I didn't know
Has
that
a little
Mars
bit.
had oxygen.
Well, the moon has oxygen as well, but it's only like
The moon has no
traces.
oxygen.
The moon has oxygen. Yeah, Google it. You got your computer. How
I'm
much
not.
oxygen is in the moon?
I'm not gonna.
I
No,
think
my computer's rickety.
I think it's about 3% of the moon's atmosphere. It has an atmosphere, but it's very, very minute.
I didn't think the moon had an atmosphere. Actually.
Well, it's not enough for a human to take his helmet off and breathe on, because it's only something like a minute percent. It's not the other things that we're used to, like the night. Our atmosphere is mainly nitrogen. But yeah, there's bits of oxygen. But once you warm the planet up and got some oxygenating plant like this, starting with your lichens, and who's better than warming up planets than human beings?
Cows.
No,
Cows are better because of the methane.
cows are better at causing global warming.
There you go. Thank you. I just said warming of the planet.
You know, you get these flat earthers. They're another bunch of people. You know, that say, "Oh, we're enclosed in a dome," and that all of them have had to come born again Christians because you know, we live in a dome, and they create a dome. You know what they say. You must have seen them. Surely you've heard about flat earthers.
Of course.
But these people, these born again Christians, say, "Oh, there's no way that you know
See,
the oxygen is
I,
that
I, I think
they've left."
there's very few flat earthers around now.
You're kidding me, aren't you? That is a growing concern for
What? Are you
health.
kidding me? You're kidding me, man.
That is they are a growing concern for mental health, mate.
Oh, for mental health? Yeah, I get.
They are getting bigger and bigger and bigger. They're having conferences now, big conferences as well. Thousands of them turn up to all over the world, and they're on every bloody
It must be.
island.
It must be one. It must be one big party every one of those conferences. Because really, there's nothing else they can accomplish.
I just think it's just it's like a big kids' party. You like cake and balloons like that. You know, they don't.
All right. I like cake and well, not so much balloons. I like cake.
But you know, they think that we're in a contained environment with the atmosphere, and a contained environment can't mix with a vacuum. And yes, we can because of gravity, but gravity doesn't exist in the world, does it? And this is a fact. The planet loses about 110 tons of atmosphere every day to the void, to the space. And space is never a true vacuum anyway, because it's got all sorts of nonsense going on. You know, nothing floats in space. Did you know that?
Yes.
Nothing floats in space.
Everything is always falling.
Everything, yeah, it's falling or being pulled. It's falling everywhere.
Yeah.
That's the way space is.
That's the nature of reality, of existence. Everything's always falling.
And it's never. It's not the. When you try and explain to them, it's not the planets and stars that are moving. It's the space in between them that's expanding. That just flips them out, and then they just go straight back to no, the world's definitely flat.
Right.
Because that's how I see. Because they don't understand science.
Yeah, well, I just ignore those people.
The word science isn't in the Bible, sadly. And a lot of these people, and I get it, you know, science is a big subject, especially physics, is a big subject to even get a grip of. But basic common sense and logic isn't. Surely that's inherent, isn't it?
Well, I find physics to be a subset of basic logic and common sense.
Exactly. But you would see, you'd say to your kids, I don't know how many children you've got. Have you got any kids, Sydney?
Yeah.
Well, I've got kids, and you know, we indoctrinate them, not like religion do. It's a parental indoctrination. It's like don't put your hand near the fire; it's hot. Don't touch that; it's this.
Sure.
You know,
Well,
don't go near.
that's just called teaching them common sense.
Yeah, well, that's a form of indoctrination because
No,
you just
it's a form of
don't eat dog food. It's not
teaching
chocolate.
it's teaching survival, isn't it?
Yeah,
So that's not
yeah,
indoctrination.
it is indoctrination.
Indoctrination is when
Yeah.
you try to instill an ideology in someone's head.
Well, isn't survival an ideology?
No.
Why isn't survival an ideology? Do you not want to survive?
Ideologically,
Yeah.
I have to think about that. I don't know. I'm torn.
No,
I'm not sure about that one.
indoctrination is teaching things for their survival.
Mm.
Now we teach them things, don't eat dog poop, don't go near the road, whatever. Church will do. You got to do this, or God will be mad. It's exactly the same principle, but their version of survival is with God. Ours is a natural survival.
Yeah, but that's because they drum the God thing into the children's heads,
absolutely, and
it is abuse. It's
yeah,
state sponsored abuse.
yeah, it does become abuse, but it'll never be classed as that. It'll always be classed as
Well,
indoctrination.
because it's a lie. It's a lie. You can't indoctrinate young children with lies.
But how do you know it's a lie? This is the question
Well,
that
because
we
it's a
always
claim.
hide behind.
It's a claim. If you indoctrinate your children or any children to believe in God or accept God and not question, then that's brainwashing them with a lie.
Well, who says that put your hand in a flame won't hurt?
I didn't say that. I just said if we're talking about God.
No, I'm just saying, who says that putting your hand in a food, should we let them just put their hands in a flame, or should we instill in them that?
Well, it's got nothing to do. Well, that's kind of that. Yeah, that's just basic common sense, I guess, if you want.
But yeah,
But
exactly.
what's
No,
God
what
got
I'm
to do with it?
saying,
What's God got to do with the flame in the hand?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it is still an indoctrination of sorts.
No, it's not. It's education.
Of course it is.
It's education.
So learning about God isn't an education to these people. See, this is the fine line
But
between religion
no,
and reality.
because you're presuming God, and God does not exist. So you can't learn about something
I'm
that
not presuming God at all.
when you just said God doesn't, or you said you made some mention about talking about God as if God exists.
No, it didn't. I'm just saying,
Okay, then I
what's the
misheard.
difference between what is indoctrination to you? You think it's religious. It's not just religious. Are you not inducted into certain things when you start a new job, maybe that you haven't done before? You're not indoctrinating saying this is how you do it. Indoctrination comes in different forms.
Yeah, indoctrination into a job. What
Let's
do you
just
mean? No,
let's just let's just put it religious indoctrination as a thing.
exactly. Or religious oppression, or religious anything is bad.
Yeah, but indoctrination is a normal word. It's a Latin word. It means
Well,
teaching.
I'm sorry to hear your story about what you went through
No. Indoctrination.
at the hands of the Catholic Church.
Indoctrination is a Latin word that means teaching. That's all it means.
Fair enough. I'll accept that.
But when we say, oh, they've been indoctrinated into that, it means they've been taught it. And we know religion have forced them into it. Have forced them to that. Because a lot of kids don't want to be dragged to fucking church every Sunday with their fucking all their good clothes on and whatnot. What am I doing this for? I don't understand any of it.
There's no reason. It's dumb.
When I went to Catholic school,
Yeah.
it was different because I was taught it daily. We had to say a prayer before lesson and after lesson. We were just saying prayers all fucking day. And this is the sad thing that these kids, they don't even know it's happening. They're so clever that they don't even know it's happening to them. And they're suddenly brought up this way then, and then, oh, wow, that's the way. God is the way. And it's bollocks. And you know it's bollocks.
Yeah, I do.
It's,
So were you having in a Catholic boarding school?
wasn't a boarding school, it was a daily school.
Uh-huh.
Not far from me. It was the Holy Name. It's called the Holy Name School. And it was the local Catholic school for kids. They had schools everywhere.
Yeah.
Not so many now, because people are getting wise to it, especially in the UK, where, as you know, a lot of churches are just ruins and falling apart now, and a lot of the religions, even the Church of England, are selling off their land because there's no good to anyone. Because no one can believe with all this crap that has gone on over the centuries that fucking God wants this. Why don't you just step in and do something? These are to believers, of course. Me, I just know this shit happens. But there are people in this world that I'm not going to knock them for believing. If that gets them out of bed and let them be good people at the end of the day, that's their life. And good luck to them. But
Yeah.
when they come knocking on my door, which we do, and the only people that knock on doors in the UK are churches from the America, the Jehovah's Witnesses, the Mormons, etc.
Yeah.
The evangelicals, they come fucking knocking on the door to sell the world to God. Not preach the word of God, sell the world,
Of course.
the word
Yes.
of God.
God's a business.
Of course it is. Religion is a massive business, and like
Mm.
your Robert Tiltons, your Kenneth Copelands, and all them people that fucking do this.
Do you have any
No, it's
do you have any televangelists over there in the United Kingdom?
no, we thought we wouldn't entertain them for a second, mate.
No, not
No
even
one,
one?
nowhere in the world would entertain your televangelist apart from America.
Oh, no, no,
And,
no, no. They're in
and
Korea. They're in Korea. You know that, don't
in
you?
North Korea, yeah, but
No,
that's
no,
a
no, no.
different.
South Korea.
Well, yeah, but that's a different religion, though,
They
isn't it?
go to
You know, it's
they go to
Christian religion.
Australia. They go to Australia. No, I'm talking about the
Most of
Christians.
the people that say they're Jesus are actually in Australia. There's over
I'm
2,000 people at the moment. Obviously, they're all cultists, and they all have these harems, a bit like what's his name? The dinosaur guy, prick face.
dinosaur guy. Ken Ham.
Yeah, no, not Ken. He's just an idiot. He's an Australian. Yeah,
Which
he's one of the
dinosaur guy?
creators. Yes, uh, Kent Hovind,
Oh, Dino. The Dino
Dino Doctor.
Park. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That's another thing. The way these people put themselves as doctor and this and that, and they got a doctorate in religion.
A doctorate in bullshit. Right.
Well, what use is a doctorate in reality if it's religion? That's just a
It's
doctorate in la land.
it's
The fucking
useless.
Wizard of Oz, maybe.
Yeah.
But you get these religious universities that have thrown these doctorates about. I mean, Ken Hovind himself has a doctorate in evolution, a thing he believes nothing in.
He does not have a doctorate in evolution.
Yes, he does, and he teaches it in a religious school. Or he did teach it in a religious school.
All right.
But the good thing about I read recently, because I remember religion in America was 86% people were Christian, as well as I know America's diverse, got a lot of cultures there, a lot of different people around the world. You have a lot of, Hinduism and whatever,
Mm-hmm.
Buddhism and all them other religions, just like the UK. But what I heard about Christian was 86% of America. You know what that is now? 10 years later?
From 86?
Yeah.
No, what's it now?
Reverse the numbers.
68?
68%.
Still too
So,
much. Still too much.
yeah, but it's on a rapid decline.
Hopefully.
And people aren't buying the bullshit anymore. Because
Y-
God is not answering any
Yeah,
fucking thing
the
that
internet
people
has been the
pay
worst
for.
thing for the creationists, for the theists. At least for those trying to spread the message or trying
Yeah, but
to sound rational about it.
when you talk to these people on the internet,
Yeah.
especially the Christians, the all-loving Christians, are the most hateful people you can ever have a conversation with. You can't be,
Yes.
you cannot. They are actually hateful. Atheists are paedophiles, believe in Satan, drink blood every night, whatever they want us. They will. They are so hateful,
Yeah.
and that's not loving religion.
Yeah.
Bear in mind that all this beheading that goes on in Islam and things like that, Jesus is in the Quran.
Oh yeah.
They believe in the same God, but
Okay.
Christians doing exactly the same thing back in the day. They were doing that, but they sort of tried to, you know, conform with the times, and they moved on for not killing. They were burning witches a couple of 100 years ago in America. Fuck's sake, in Salem.
Yep.
This is witches. What? I mean, this is the mind of these people. They are fucking destroying the planet, but they're not. More and more people are laughing at, it, but they're still making so much fucking money and getting tax religion. That's the thing. I'm not saying it's never been taxed ever. Don't tax it like full income tax, but tax it maybe 5%.
Why not full income tax? It's a full business.
Doesn't matter. You got to start somewhere. 5% will cripple them to fuck.
No, they just make them like any. Let them be supported by their members. If they don't have member support, they should be like any other business and go out of business. That's the way business works. You don't get the support, you die.
Yeah, but I get that. But this is the thing: it's religion. You can't say that's a business because it's not. It's religion. People believe in this shit. But,
Yeah, but the church, the
but
institution itself is a business. The church itself, the structure, the infrastructure,
it's
the
an
everything.
institution for God, though. This
It
is the
it doesn't
thing.
matter. It's still an institution, and it's set up like any other institution, secular or religious, and there's no
It,
difference. So they should pay tax because they're supported by
it,
people who consume their product.
if you tax religion full, yeah, and you stop that business, this world will fucking end. This world will just end.
how do you support that?
What do you mean?
How do you support
Religion is
no, how do you support that
religion is
claim?
far too big worldwide at the moment to comprehend the damage they would do to the rest of humanity.
I don't understand.
There needs
You're
to
just
be a
making you're
gradual.
making claims that don't really
So if you ended
don't ring
if you
true.
had the power to end religion tomorrow and say you can't do this anymore, you pay taxes on everything you earn.
Yeah.
Do you think they would go? You think they would go down without a fight and say yes?
Who?
Is that what you think?
Who?
The religious sects and whatever. Bear in mind, you've got over 40,000 different branches of Christianity in America.
Of course, I'll go down without a fight because it's a tax law.
No, they won't, mate.
Yes, they
Trust
will,
me.
mate.
I'm talking about worldwide.
Yeah. Tax
Look,
law. Tax.
Sydney, mate, please don't enter politics with them ideals because you would fail.
That's what politics is about. Tax.
You know? Politics is also about negotiation and reason,
No.
as
Not
well as lies,
it
of
used to
course.
be. It used to be. I agree with you.
No, that is politics. If you just stop religion tomorrow, there would be such a fucking uproar worldwide, mate. That
I never
it's
said to stop religion. I'm not being like autocratic about it or even totalitarian about it.
even
I'm
caps in
just
it.
saying let religion be supported by the public and let
Yeah,
religion be an institution like any other institution and it contributes its fair share of the burden
absolutely, I agree.
of the tax burden.
It's
It's
something
only
so
fair.
massive,
It's
and
only fair that they uh, bear their fair share of the tax burden.
absolutely, I
Thank you.
agree. But
Thank you.
it's this religion is so big that it's something that you can't just go bong. You're now paying income tax. You can't do that. There's something so massive that has its fingers in every single
Really? You think?
pie of politics and fucking everywhere in the world. It has its fingers in, and it's such a big landowner as well,
hmm
worldwide,
So
that you
why
cannot
can't you
just
demand? Why can't we
no.
all stand up in one voice and demand that they tax the church? We're a few million. I'd say we're at least a billion people. There's a billion atheists on this planet. What do you
Yeah,
think?
there's 6 billion fucking religious people who'll say no and outshout us. So it's got to
Yeah,
be done
but
gradually.
we've got
You got to,
we've got bigger muscles.
it's got to be done. Have you
Yes, we've got bigger muscles than all those six
really?
billion. Yeah,
How many American soldiers do it for fucking God? Kill for God.
none of them. They're all atheists.
Oh, mate, I do it for God. They do it
Yeah,
for.
it's just a
That
mask
is
they wear.
American.
It's just a
That is,
mask. No.
you think it's just a word?
I think it's just a facade, a mask.
Well, that's your opinion. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Would you
But
kill someone and be happy about it?
you
If
know,
you kill someone, would you actually? Would that affect you?
if I
If you
killed
physically shot,
somebody,
if you physically shot someone, if you were in a sniper rifle, yeah, in a
hmm
battle zone, or not in a battle zone, it wasn't even a fight, but you knew this guy was.
I'm a trained sniper. Is that
Would
what you're
you,
saying?
would you be happy shooting them?
If I was a trained sniper, of course I would be.
You'd be happy shooting them, yeah, and you wouldn't.
That would be my job if I'm trained to shoot at a target with. I
You would
would.
not feel any remorse over that.
Damn hell no.
Why?
As
Go through the
long,
start talking to me.
hold on.
Why?
As long as my victim was male,
Well, what if your victim was a female?
then I wouldn't
What if
shoot.
he was walking in a straight line, the bullet went through him and killed the female behind him? Would
No,
you feel any
that doesn't
remorse?
work.
Why not?
No, of course not,
Why not?
because
Yeah,
there's no
right?
connection. I don't have a connection to be remorseful about.
Why?
I didn't invent the gun. I didn't manufacture the bullet.
Did you know the guy?
Probably not.
Did you know the girl?
Probably not.
You would feel nothing about that.
Correct. I'd go have lunch though for sure because I'd probably be starving.
What? So you're just going fully on orders.
If I was a sniper, yes, of course I'd be well trained, wouldn't I?
Yeah, but you would feel nothing about shooting these people.
No, of course not.
Then you're wrong somewhere. I'm
What?
sorry, Sydney, but you are wrong.
Oh yeah.
You just killed two human beings and you would feel nothing.
I'd feel the loss of, 2 bullets. I'd feel kind of proud, if I got him, like
I'm
as
sorry,
planned.
Sydney. Yeah, you and I are done, mate. I'm sorry, Sydney, but
Oh, that's too bad,
I'm
huh? I trolled the guy good. Okay. Well, there was no one watching anyway, so it was just having fun. Sorry that whoever that dude was took it so so seriously. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to call it a night. Thank you very much for hanging in there. What was this part here? This is just 35 minutes. Long enough for just hanging out sort of thing. I will see you later.
bleach type substance. That gets rid of it straight away, doesn't it? What about remember this? You can remember this when he said, "What about we find a way of putting that in the body?"